Good evening. So, the task of the day, trying to get my play editor working again. I need to get some more plays in the system so I can continue to work towards getting the whole, get some playbooks set up and get built. And I need playbooks and game plan. And I probably even gonna need some special teams parts. So a lot of that stuff's gonna have to get built up. I know I was doing the Unity thing, and I will be back to that. Obviously, I got a long way to go on that. But every little bit, every little direction, every little thing I need to do has to get come together. So I got to spend some time bouncing around. Today I'm back to the play editor, mostly because I kind of broke it. It's a little bit better than it was, but not as good as it once was. So let's get the formations going here. I think part of the problem is, again, I did some mega refactoring where I cleaned up a lot of the naming conventions and how things were being set up, which was to say a lot of things had bad, inconsistent casing, which was not good. I'm gonna get some water. I'll be right back. Alrighty. I don't know how long I will be at it today. Maybe an hour. I'm pretty tired today, so I'm hoping to at least get this play editor going and get a couple more plays in the system. I have made some changes to the plays in the back end, so things that haven't been tested on the front end, so some things may not work just because of that, so we'll see how far I can get here. This was me fetching or trying to get the formations fetched, and it got them all. The data returned, but nothing loaded. So I click here and you can see it's empty. So I think the issue might just be some naming conventions that got changed, or naming lineups. So yeah, I need to go in here and start figuring out where things went wonky. Now I'm going to close this and see if I have. So I got like pause.player position. I have a feeling player position is probably lowercase. Play type is lowercase. Play type group. Yes, play type, play type, play type. Base players, everything is lowercase to start. And I'm guessing position group, which I don't see here, but I'm play a lot of play type group. Gotta line this up somehow. Player position, positions, position group, that's lowercase, like it's all kinda. And dot position group. I don't know if I have position group is even in here. Oh, there it is, position group, lowercase p, yeah. Do I have player position is in there too. That's lowercase p also. And then positions, lowercase p. And is that it? That's all I gotta do. Style, player position is lowercase already. Lowercase position group is going to have to be lowercase p here. Player position. how actions are already cased correctly, and parent and player position appears. Bonkers. Positions. Player position. Lineup position. Yep, that's a lowercase lineup. I could have just done probably a search and replace. I just didn't know how many times it was going to appear. And by the time you're that far in, you're like, well, I'm almost done. I'm at the top. Can't possibly be that many more. All right. What do we get now? Oh, still nothing? Nope. Shucks. It's gonna be one of those days. Treasure addle. Treasure treasurer at 2. Sorry if I don't got that quite right. It's going good, man. How's it going with you? I'm just trying to figure out my why my formations aren't showing up anymore. Probably like I did some refactoring. Call me treasurer at. Treasure rat. Oh, treasure rat. Oh. Got it. Treasure rat. You know, speaking of treasure rats, I actually did a D&D campaign. Was it a couple years ago, couple years ago, so like 2 years ago, for my my son and his wife and a friend of ours. I was running like a 2-year campaign where we did a D&D campaign, and I in the holidays, I try to do something kind of. I was trying to do like one special encounter where they'd meet some kind of holiday themed kind of character in the campaign. The very first one I did instead of a treasure goblin, I did a treasure rat. I bought it on I bought a little. It's like, it looked like a pack rat. It's a pack rat from Reaper, and he had a bunch of stuff on his thing. But he was like he dropped. I had him coming in. He was like I forgot what kind of rat I made him, but he was basically able to teleport, and he had all these. I made a special monster character, and he was following him around because he would loot the bodies for treasures, or for money and gold and whatever, all the stuff. And he always had his pack of stuff, but he would only be there for like one round, so they would try to kill him and he would disappear. But so it went like that for a couple of encounters where he would meet up with them. And hey, thanks for following me, man. And ultimately they did get to kill him, and when they killed him, he dropped a bunch of like dice, like real dice bags down. That was their reward, and it was kind of a holiday gift thing I gave everybody, like these little dice packs to go. They were cheap dice, but they were kind of cool, and they came with these dragon dice bags, had a little dragon on them, and I gave each one of them this little pack of dice when they did it. That was pretty cool. That was pretty fun to do. Cool, man. Thanks. Appreciate it. But yeah, that was pretty cool. And I painted the mini. Actually, do I have them around here? I probably do. I paint minis, and sometimes I paint them. I haven't painted online in a long time, but because it's just too many things. I do too many things. I have too many interests. But lately, this game has basically been taking all my time. So all of my stream time except Friday and Saturday, not Friday night and Saturday when I'm gaming. But other than that, I'm always working on this game. So one of these days, I'll have to show it to you. Let's see if I have it. I'm gonna look. You got me wanting to show it to you here. Found him. Okay, so these are the storage cases. If you ever want to, if you ever hear me talking about the storage cases that I sell, these Mage Cages, they're for miniatures. I use quite a few of them myself, but let me see if I can. Alexa, turn on Dynamic Duo. Trying to get some light in here. Alexa, set Batman to white.
The Batman isn't responding. Please check if the
Alexa, set Robin to white. I don't know if that's better or not, but I don't know if you can see this guy. See if I can get him on here. So this little guy is my pack rat that I painted that they fought against. It's not very clear. This camera doesn't do good with small things up close. It's not really meant for small things, but yeah, it doesn't do a very good job. It's not the greatest camera for close-ups, but yeah, that's the little dude I painted for that D&D campaign. But yeah, he was pretty cool. It was a pretty cool little campaign. They enjoyed doing it, and it was fun to set it up. The next year I bought another mini from Reaper, and it was a leprechaun sitting on a turkey, and it was actually so I painted it, and what it turned out in the campaign was that the turkey was actually a shapeshifter that was controlling the leprechaun, which he was a halfling, but he was dressed like a leprechaun sitting on a turkey, and he was mind controlling it. So while it attacked them, they thought it was the leprechaun that was attacking them riding a turkey, but it was the turkey that was the shapeshifter. And once they knocked the leprechaun off, he shifted into his normal form, and they fought with him. So they had turned out it was the turkey that was their actual problem, not the leprechaun. They didn't kill the leprechaun, which is good, because he was like, I don't know what happened. I was like controlled by this thing. But yeah, that was the other one. I think I did 3 of them, because we did it for almost 3 years. Or maybe I only did 2, because the third year I think they finished before we got to the campaign. I actually bought things to do. You made a car, like a go-kart? Like a go-kart kind of car? Typo? No? Well, I know you said it's Boy Scouts, right? I assume that's supposed to be Boy Scouts. Oh, you mean like a, what do they call those? Not go-karts. What is that called? When they race all the little wooden cars. Oh God, what is that? Every year they used to have one at my church. Everybody would make their wooden cars. They had to be a certain weight and stuff, but they shaped them however they wanted and painted them. And what was that called? I don't know, but yeah, they made them out of wood, and they did it every year. There's like everybody had their own little strategies for making the car go faster and doing stuff. As long as it fit within their rules, they could do it. But that was a thing at our church all the time. That's cool, man. I never participated. My kids did for a while. I don't know if they ever won. Oh, yeah? Yeah, that's cool. All right, let's see. I thought it was just my naming conventions on here that were broken, but apparently it's more than that, because it didn't load back up when I did this. So what are you up to this evening? What is your interest? What kind of things do you do on Twitch and whatever you're doing? Ugh. Why are you being a jerk? Why is it not working? Why are you being like this? And then there's no error, so I don't know. It's just not showing. And I thought it was a... All right, I'm going to have to do a stop here and see what's going on here. Because I'm getting... The data is coming through. That's not my problem here. Problem is it's not getting read. So why? So when we go to fill... Get original position. Use ref. Formation layout. Oh, you know, that might be the... Maybe that's the wrong... Yes. It is a game I'm working on. It's a football game. Think of it... I'm trying to think of what it's a hybrid of. Because so... I'm a big football fan. I like games, football games. I'm talking about American football, by the way. I don't know where you're from. But it's not soccer. I have a lot of people come by. Oh, you're doing a football game, and they're like, they start talking about pitches and matches, and I'm like, no, we use fields and games. It's American football, and not soccer. But so I'm always giving them a hard time. But anyway, so there is no game like the one I'm trying to build, and that's because. And I'm trying to build it because there is no game like the one I'm trying to build. Okay, so you got your two kinds of games. You've got your Madden games, your control games where you're controlling the dudes on the field. Some you control one guy if you're doing like a Retro Bowl or Super Tiny Football or something on the phone. Or you can do a Madden where you're controlling everything and you get to switch between guys. And you got the physics and all the high graphic stuff. I mean, anybody who says Madden doesn't know what they're doing with graphics is delusional. I mean, they got like the best football graphics. Right now, there's nobody. I've looked at all those other games that are up and coming and maybe a threat in the future, but right now, Madden owns the graphics of football. I get it. I'm not trying to be the graphics guy. But Madden does not own the rest of it. They own the rights. Now, unfortunately, not a lot of people can make NFL games because they own the rights. But they don't. Their gameplay behind the scenes, to me, that their AI is terrible because people can run up the score on them with 2-minute quarters. That's dumb. If the game can't compete with you in 2-minute quarters, that's pretty bad. You wanted to play a rematch, but you can't? A rematch of what? Let's see. I want to remember. I want to be a damn. What data is it for a game? I wanted to play a rematch, but I can't. It's a game. It's a game. Rematch. Oh, rematch. It's a game called Rematch. So what is it, like a fighting game? Sounds like a fighting game. Oh, okay. Is it what kind of fighting? Like Street Fighter kind of fighting? Or why can't you play it? Is it not working or something? Oh, it's a sport game. Oh, beta. So it's down for the moment while they're doing some work on it or something. Pre-purchase rematch on Steam. Oh, it's soccer. So, so you're a soccer fan. It looks cool. Why can't you play it? Is it down or something for the moment? They're doing some work. I've heard soccer does. There's a lot of good games in soccer, but the game I'm trying to do, as far as game type, besides the fact that it's American football, not soccer, is you don't have control. Okay, so what you can do, I've got a lot of features in mind that are like management features, but with a nice sim. Like, when I say a nice sim, I'm shooting for something along the lines of Android's Big Win Football. There's a game on Android called Big Win Football. If you're curious, check it out. The game itself is just a simulation. You pick some cards that have an effect on the game, but the game plays out on its own. But it looks pretty good. Now, graphically speaking, that's what I'm aiming for. Functionally speaking, I've got much higher bar. I'm planning to do, like, you have a lot more control of your game plan and your team and your management in the background. You're going to be able to do a lot more with the simulations than that game allows. But graphically, I like the way it plays out, and that's what I'm hoping for. Like, if you ever watch, if you do ever look at that game, you'll note that it's they had the offense is always one formation. It runs different plays, but it's always the same formation. Defense actually has 3 or 4 formations, but so they do different things. But with this game, I'm gonna have like a lot of formations, lots of plays. You get to create game plans and assign your plays, and you can build up the simulation to be pretty much what you want as a coach. You're basically setting up the game plan, but you're going to be able to collect cards and collect characters on the game. But now that you really can't own an NFL license, right? So it's like everybody's creating football games with generic Joes, just a bunch of nobodies. You can't really use real names. Now, what you can do, or what I'm going to do, is I'm taking everybody in my game is going to have a real name. Not a real name, but I'm sorry, anagram of a real name of an NFL player. Same with the teams. They're all anagrams of NFL games, like the Denver Broncos or the Viborn Scorned, and all of the anagram team names are going to be the characters in the game. So that's why it's going to be fantasy based. So, like my Unity guy here, let me show you my Unity. I just started working on the graphics. So, mind you, until Friday, I had never opened. Until Friday, I had never opened Unity. I knew it was a game engine, but I had no idea how to use it, what to do with it. So I feel pretty good about where I'm at in 4 days, which to say isn't a lot. So don't go like, ooh. But I do have one dude that I created with AI, turned into a 3D model, and gave animation to, and put him on a football field that I created in Unity. So that's something. So I was like, hey, I was feeling pretty good about myself, having this little dude running around on the field. So now I'm back to doing some of the back end stuff. I got to get my plays and my play editor and all that stuff going. So this is one of the characters that I'm using right now. His team is the Lizards. I forgot which team is the Lizards. Let's see if I have it open. Oh, I do. The Lizards are the Raciona Lizards. The Arizona Cardinals are the Lizards. Okay, so this guy he'll have red and white jerseys. A red and white jersey. Once I get all that done. I haven't gotten around to skirmishes. We'll do that later. That's dress up. Right now it's functional. So I got him so I can kind of move him around, which is kind of fun. I can run around in circles. I don't have my thing working where I could turn him around though. I was working where I could turn him around before, but I don't know what happened. I kind of messed up my turning around, so now I can run around in circles. So something. Considering this guy was a 2D picture, Friday, now he's a full-blown animated 3D guy. So I'm happy about that. I've only got a couple of animations. I got running, walking, and rolling, but I don't have a trigger right now for the rolling. Somersault, basically. So yeah, let's see if I can get him right. I don't much. It's interesting. The walking repeats. I gotta fix that. It's like running. I can keep going, but if I go with walking, he'll like. See, he'll go on a straight. He'll keep going in a circle. Somehow it repeats. But if I try to do anything like walk, it'll do this and then it'll jump back. Doesn't matter. My game is not a control game. All I wanted to do is get it to where he can animate. And then once I start adding the simulation logic to it, the game's going to be controlled by code. So I just wanted to make sure I could get him moving and doing his thing. And so I'm going to do that, put a bunch of players on the field, and then I got to start programming, assigning them logic to actually do their thing. And I can change I got it set up so I can change my views now. I got 3 camera angles, opposite lines. Use Unreal. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know the difference in any of them. I mean, I've heard Unreal and Unity are the top 2. Godot is the 3rd one, I think. I heard Godot's great for 2D animation, 2D games. And I seriously considered trying to do this as a 2D animation instead, just for the simplicity. I won't say simplicity, I'll say the simplericity. Of not having to make 3D models. That's the only reason. I know nothing about Godot any more than I knew about Go. When I started doing this game in November, I didn't even know how I was going to do the back end. I knew I needed a back end because I wanted to make games that were playable between people and leagues between people and all that stuff. So that you can either control the game or have simulations against other people or whatever. So I wanted to have a centralized back end, which will allow me to build multiple front ends, right? Because I can create a front end and compile it to PC and iPhone, and then I have my React site, which is this one. So I kind of wanted to get it going where I had a nice solid back end that does all the things I need. But yeah, it's fun getting it going. I thought the 2D might make it a little bit more transferable because I have no idea what this is going to look like in React. I don't think I can even put 3D images on React. So I don't know if I'm going to try to create 2D images that do stuff, or if I'm even going to bother with characters that move. They might just, on the React screen, the simulations, when you do them on a website, might just be really bare bones, basic movement. I'm thinking of doing, what is it called? I want to say it starts with an F, freeform or something like that. I forgot what it's called, but it's a React engine that allows you to do like motion, free motion, something with an F. I actually probably have even come some of the parts inside of my React engine that I haven't used it at all yet. I just put it in because I saw that it did it, and I put in the imports and the application. Yeah, I don't know why. I'm going with Unity mostly because the kind of game I'm doing is commonly done with Unity. I mean, there's a few companies that have done games and they with like football games like mine, sports games, and they use Unity. Except I think Madden uses the Unreal Engine, but like a lot of the Android-based games, the small Android-based games are all using Unity. Like what do you call it? I think Big Win Football. I know Super Tiny Football uses Unity. And there's a couple other ones. And since I'm trying to build this first for Android, I figured, well, let's go with Unity. They have their place, each one of them, right? I'm not going for hyper realistic. I don't have the graphics chops for hyper realistic. I'm not an artistic guy. I'm a functional, creative guy. So I have to work a lot with I like Unity so far. You know what I don't like? I don't like Blender. And unfortunately, getting some of the models ready to use in Unity, they have to go through Blender. Blender is, oh god, Blender's a nightmare. It's so clunky. I have it right here because all of the things that say, oh, you need to get this ready for Unity, open up Blender to do this. And I'm like, oh no, not Blender, anything but Blender. But this is how I have to use Blender to do things like rig up skeletons, and I'm gonna have to use this a lot. I'm to get my models ready. So that's a little what I'm worried about, is that the time sink of creating all the models. I want to have a model for every mascot, and then all the players that came from those teams would be those characters. But I'm starting to doubt that it's going to make sense to do that, because I don't know that I'm going to have the time. It could take me months just to do the modeling, to get them all rigged up, and I mean, yeah, this guy was easy because some of the automated tools worked with him because he has the right body shapes and proportions. But yeah, I don't like it. I do like. Have you used Trippo? Trippo is great for turning a 2D model into a 3D model most of the time. It messes some of them up, but it does a really good job. That's what used this guy. But Trippo is really nice. I have it. Like, this is Trippo. I'll show it to you. Where did it go? Oh, image tools. Let's pin this up here. Okay, so this is Trippo, and I've been really. This thing makes some nice 3D models. I gotta do some more. But basically, these are all 2D images that I had, that I cut the backgrounds off of, and Trippo turned them into a functional 3D model that I could actually go and rig up now in Blender and start getting him animated. This is one of the buck rays. He's pretty cool. I like this guy. I just think it came out really cool. But it does make him kind of glossy, but I don't know. I don't know why it does that. It adds a lot of gloss to the character, but it still looks pretty dang good for what it is. And I got to do it for 32 teams, which is crazy. It's a lot of guys. And these are the roaches. But it did a pretty good job of turning 2D images into a 3D model. Overall, I mean, it's just really nice, because if you think about it, the picture looked like this. This was the 2D image basically, and then it added all this, which is super cool. I just think it did a really good job with it. Only problem is I think one of these legs is floaty. Now this is where it can do animations, but it does a kind of crappy job with some of them. It did good animations with my lizard, but like this guy, it does a really bad job. So I don't know. Some of the characters don't do very well. So I'm going to have to do my own rigging, and that's going to make it complicated. I do my own rigging, and then I got to do my own animations, and I don't know. I may need to just make it simple, come up with a bunch of humanoid things, or just go human. It's going to be boring if I go human, but everybody's football game is humans, and if you can't have real football players, you might as well do something cool with it. That's why I decided to put it in a fantasy world and set it up that way. So I was trying to come up with like muddy stadiums and dirt stadiums and old and dried grass stadiums and just grass, all natural looking stadiums. Just meshes to put over the fields. And then actually, that's not terrible. That's actually not bad. Once the legs are connected to them, I had another one where the legs weren't connected right, and they were floating really weird. No, that's not actually not bad. I may have to go ahead and use that one. It's cool. You can almost get the sense of a bug being under that mask. Look at that mask. You can see there's like a yellow buggish creature underneath there. That's actually kind of cool. Yeah, I know, no kidding. It's wearing a mask is a requirement if you look like this guy. He doesn't want to gross out his opponents. Oh, I think I'm going to keep that one. What the heck? That is actually better than I thought. It's not perfect. You can see the mask is a little weird though. Look, it's like bobbing up and down weird, but I'll take it for now. It's not perfect, but oh, let's see. But I need to do FBX. The GLBs sometimes have better meshing, but I didn't realize his mask is kind of bouncing up and down weird though. That's a problem. It's not. And if it's tiny, I don't know, it's kind of weird. I don't know how much that's going to bother me. We'll see. If it gets to bothering me too much, I'll have to do something about it. Let's see what walking looks like. Yeah, I've used Mixamo. Mixamo, I wasn't impressed. I tried 3 of them. There's Rodin. I think it's called Rodin. Mixamo and TripIt for creating 3D models. His leg fell off? No, his legs are there. One of them's just behind his other leg. It's kind of like, one's kind of inside and one's going outside. It's bouncing around on the side. It does a weird job of walking. It really puts their arms in close. It's like, that walking doesn't look very natural. He's really upright. They turned him into a human bug when he's walking. Kind of looks. It might have to do though for now. Yeah, it's because it gets hidden behind him. See how there's one leg that kind of vanishes behind him? You can't see the other leg. Are you talking about one of his main legs? But yeah. And their legs are connected in weird spots. Like, do they connect in the same spot? I guess they kind of do. Just that the legs kind of turn weird. Hey Nintendo, how you doing, man? I was just trying out this bug guy, and he came out pretty decent, so I was decided to, let's go, I gotta do one in FBX. Unity likes FBX better. Did I download it? Oh, still downloading. The walking looks weird because these are bugs, and it straightens them up too much like they're humans. The running, they stay down, or even in their standing position. But they're is it having trouble downloading? What does idle look like? Idle is a beta. I think idle, they keep him upright like this too. It doesn't do well with things that aren't human. It's having a... Did it say no to this? Oh, it's just having trouble. Let's refresh this. My download broke. Let's see what the idle does. See, I wish idle would just keep him in his current form. Let's see what idle looks like. I bet you it stands him straight up. I'm going. Sketchfab? I don't know that I've tried Sketchfab. I've never heard of that one. Is that another 3D modeler? The 3 I've tried are just Trippo, Mixamo, and Rodin. And I keep calling it Rodin. I think that's the one, but this one by far did the best at creating the 3D models. But it's not great. It really struggles when your characters have a lot of like they have wings. It really messes up characters with wings. It doesn't know what to do with the wings. I don't know if it's trying to add movement to them or what, but it chokes when you when the characters have wings, which is a problem because a lot of my guys have wings. And I got to go through every one of these guys and cut their backgrounds off yet, because most of them do not have clean backgrounds. Some of them do, which is great, but a lot of them do not. And that means I have to go remove all the backgrounds. It's having trouble with idle. It doesn't know. I'm guessing it might come up with something, maybe. I should probably look into the jump. I wonder what the jump looks like. They're all beta, so the only ones it really does by default good are walk and run. Sketchfab. Let's go look at Sketchfab. Sketchfab. The best 3D viewer on the web. Wow, that's quite the thing. Let's see what plans and pricing are. Free for 3D enthusiasts starting their Sketchfab journey. Custom backgrounds. I don't care about the custom backgrounds. Header control. Remove outside links. Remove Sketchfab logo. Oh, so you're going to get a Sketchfab logo. I don't know if I like that. Viewer API, partner network. App, free AR, multiple seats, permission management, projects and folder, duplicate. What is this? Model conversion? Conversion to what? Download all your own models, including automatic conversions to GITF. So, oh, you don't get to choose. Triple lets you do like 3 or 4 different types of files. Buy 3D models. Oh, it doesn't. What does this do? Share and embed 3D models. Oh, is this where you... Oh, this is... Share and embed. What does this do? Is this just a place to buy the models? Oh, I don't know if that's gonna... I mean, just kind of like find models that already exist? Yeah, I may have to see if I can find people that want to help me animate my guys, because I don't want to do that. I'm not looking forward to creating animations. This is a cool animation though. It's just I am not a graphics guy. I'm telling you, it's just I don't like. I mean, I like painting miniatures, but they're already created, right? I'm just adding color. That's not a big deal. I don't know. I just don't. I consider myself a connoisseur of art. I can appreciate quality art, but I cannot create it. I can visualize in my head some awesome looking things, but my hands and the image in my head, there's no communication. I cannot, for the life of me, replicate something that I'm visualizing. So AI is nice because I can visualize descriptively what I want, and then AI comes close. It does a pretty good job of coming close when it's got enough data to go with what I'm trying to accomplish. But it does not, so that's why I was able to create 32 teams of the kind of creatures I want. Like, these are all the guys. I don't even know if there's 32 here. There may only be about 30. I haven't counted them. These are just supposed to be the logos for the team. That's just one team I was testing out creating logos for. But so you got the V-Born Scorned, which are the Broncos. I don't know who all these are, but that's the Samurai. Problem is, when I asked AI to help design some of these guys, it kept putting footballs in their hands. So removing objects is not hard, but they don't always put the limb back correctly. it's not always very good at getting the limbs, so that's a problem. So I got to start do. I may have to redo some of these images just to try to get them without objects in their hands. See, like this guy, I wonder what it would look like to create this guy in a 3D animation. Honestly, I almost think I'd prefer this kind of image. For one, I think this would be a better kind of image. Graphics. If I was going to go with graphics, creating this kind of 3D image, because it's less, what do you call it? I think graphically intensive or hardware intensive. That kind of graphics can be more, it'll play better in the game using that kind of coloring. When you do high res, kind of true color looks, it looks nice, but this stuff can be hard on hardware, heavy load, especially if you're talking about like a phone, right? It looks good, but it might not run very good. So yeah, there's some of these guys are really cool. I love some of these guys. I think they're neat. This guy I really like, but I don't know how. I mean, there is no automatic animator that knows what to do with this tail, so I got to figure out how to animate the tail. Actually, I was thinking Trippo did an okay job. If I can, it did a nice job of creating the 3D model. In fact, I used Mixamo and Rodin, and they both totally screwed his tail up. They made it into a donut, because in the image it looks like it comes around like this, but it's actually zigzagging. But what they did is they connected it into a circle and called it a donut. So it's just this circle with a little tip coming out of it, which was goofy. So, but this, it did a good job. But its animation is great from the waist up, but then it turns his entire tail into one long leg. But I was thinking if I can mess with the, download the rigging, and fix the rigging so that this whole piece, I was thinking this whole piece could be kind of like a foot, and the leg would be like here, like he'd have like a knee right here, a foot right, a lower leg right here, and just see if it would, drag his foot. I think a good rigging would actually put bone in here, and then you'd create an animation where the leg kind of slithers. But I don't know. That's out of my expertise range. I think the amount of time I'd spend animating that tail would be like counterproductive to what I want to get done. But he's pretty cool. I like him for the snakes. He's the only one that's got a weird body though. Some of these guys are pretty cool, but like he'd be a fun one to have him there. But again, he's got a football I got to deal with. It did a good job with this guy too. Where's he at? Oh, it is. My Steam? Oh, stream. Oh, let me look. What's going on? I'm putting too much load on it probably. Let me see what I got going on here. Is it my mic? Maybe my mic. Actually, it doesn't. I'm not dropping any frames. I wonder if is it my mic? My mic has been known to every now and then kind of go. I don't know. My mic has been known. It's showing that it's okay. I'm not dropping any frames, which I have been known to do. Like my computer just goes nuts. But right now it seems like it's okay. My mic is it's showing that it's getting full feed. But hey, Nintendo, are you there? How do I sound? Am I dropping out? Maybe let's see if he's still around. He comes by and hangs out for a bit, but he'll leave sometime, so I don't know when he's around. He comes by, says hi, and heads out. See, this guy came out cool, but it disconnected his wings, so I can't use him. I need his wings to be attached. Huh. I don't know. Well, you know, my mic is being sat on by my computer right now. I wonder if it's causing interference on my mic. Let me see here. I move the cord away here. Like I said, my mic has been known to have bad days. Sometimes it's clicking, I've been told. Most of the time it's fine. So I moved the cord away, see if it got away from my computer and stop, see if I can avoid any interference from the PC itself. But I can try reconnecting it here. Give me a minute. Let's see here. I can switch to my webcam. That's not a good. It's not a good sound, I'm sure. Honestly, I don't even know what this mic is. I think this might be my PC mic. Probably sounds pretty terrible also. And this is my desktop mic. Okay, hopefully reconnecting it. Did that do anything? You'll have to. I didn't know I can change my mic right here. Huh. But other than that, I don't know. Don't know what I can do. Start my stream over, but I'm going to be signing off pretty soon anyway. It's getting late my time. I got to get up early in the morning. I gotta see if I get my formations loading. What the heck? I easily get distracted when I'm working on when I'm streaming. Because I like talking about the game and stuff, and chatting with people. That's why I do a lot of work when I'm not streaming as well. So it's the only way I can make headway. But I gotta get my formations loading. Let's put a break on here. Get original position. So I'm building my play editor in React, and I don't think the play editor. I know I know it's a thing that people are gonna want, and so I keep giving people the heads up. It's probably not gonna be part of the game in the early. Oh, is it good now? So reconnecting it made a difference. That's good. Oh, hopefully. Now I know the longer that I'm on, the bigger there is a delay in what I say to when you hear it. So like if you come on at the time I log on, there'll be like no delay. But then after about 30 minutes, it's like a 5-second delay, and then after an hour, it's like a 10-second delay. It gets worse. I'm on pretty much every day at some point. I'm on at different times. Generally, I'm on in the morning for sure, which for me is, I don't know. Let's see, it's 9:30 now. So I'm usually on between 8 and 9 until about 11, 12 o'clock, depending on if I'm going to go DoorDash and try to make some money doing door dashing. I hate doing that, but whatever, I have to do it. And then if I don't have anything going on in the afternoon, I'm usually on again between 2 and 5 or 6, depending on how I feel. And then almost every night I come back. I'm usually working between 8:30 and 10 on the game, but I don't always stream. It just kind of depends on what I'm doing. If I'm like repeating myself a lot, like I'm still working on the same thing for 3 days in a row, I might just work on it. Oh, so you're over in the Midwest. You've got the Central Time going, right? Because yeah, I'm Pacific. So are you like Nintendo? He's over. He's 3 hours. I think he said he's in Ohio. And then who else was that? Somebody, or maybe he's, no. FBL, one of the other guys I have that comes around every now and then, he's from Chicago. So, anyway, let's see. I'm gonna probably go until 10 my time. So that's about 25 minutes. So, got to keep making progress. I've done a lot. I've written a lot of code in the last 5.5 months. It's fun. A lot of stuff coming together. A lot of cool functionality starting to appear, but it's all back end functionality. So I'm starting to plug that stuff into the front end. I've got a streamer functionality that's going to be something you've never seen in a football game. At least I don't think anybody's done one, where you can actually have interactive commands coming from like chatters, like on your stream. If you're running a stream, I could have the game running, and then people could put in commands, and the game will listen to them and inject them into the game while it's running. Including if you have a team in the game, like you have an account in my game, you can inject your team ID, and your team will be the one playing in the game. If you're there when the game starts, you can inject your team, and it'll be one of the two teams that plays. That'll be cool. That's one of the features I'm excited to do, the streamer games. All right. Select formation positions. Let's see why we are not getting my data. How are we getting data? Formation layout. It's all going in as a constant. Oh, we're passing in everything? Yeah, this might not be the right thing I'm looking at then. Let's go to my store formations. Oh, that's PF. That's the wrong thing. PFFM web is what I want. Source. I do like Unity, but dude, I have got so little experience in it. It's hard for me to say I'm a pro. It's hard for me to even give you a good opinion of it. 5 days, man. Is it even 5 days? I started working on it on Friday. I worked an hour on Saturday. I worked about 3 hours on Sunday. I worked on it for, I don't know, about half a day on Monday, and then today. So about half a day today. So in all, if you add all those up into full 8-hour days, maybe 3 days, if that. So I can hardly say I'm an expert. I'm finding that I'm getting it. You know, I'm starting to gronk it, starting to understand how it's coming together. AI's helped a lot in guiding me, because AI obviously can't do any of the UI stuff, so it'll just kind of tell you, click here, click there, and it gives you some code, which I do like the code aspect of it, because then I can gronk that a little bit better as I'm starting to learn that. And it's also given me some of the back-end stuff I need. I like that it uses C# as the back-end code, because remember, I'm doing a lot of back-end code interactions. I don't know what, I think Unreal Engine, I think it uses C++, but I'm not sure. I don't know what it uses for its data, its coding engine, or its coding type, language, coding language. Well, this is my first game. I have 20 years of software development experience, but never have I developed a game, ever. So this is all new to me. So everything I'm doing is new. I never heard of Go before December. I never heard of... I've never really heard of Unity before December. I mean, I think I've heard the term. You know, I heard people mention it, but I didn't know it was the graphics engine when people would mention it. Yeah, so working with C# is nice for me because I understand C# because that's where a lot of my coding experience is from the past, although it's not current. It's like .NET Framework, not .NET Code. So, you know, I'm a little outdated, but syntactically it's the same. You know, it's the same stuff. Go was new to me. React was new to me. I mean, I knew very little React when I started. So this is all new stuff. But AI has helped a lot in me starting to get my bearings and turn around. And I understand how to code. I've been doing it for a long time. So I know what I expect to see, what structures I want to find, what consistency is the correct way to write code so that it's, readable and manageable. So a lot of times AI will give me stuff, but I have to keep kind of redirecting it to redo stuff and get it in line with my other code so I have consistency. And you have to have a really good foundation of what you want when you're working with AI. Because if you're not 100% sure, AI will give you stuff. And if you take it at face value, you might find that you're not thrilled. Because the more complex your application gets, the more AI will start to make it look like spaghetti code. And spaghetti code is just that really hard to read mess of stuff. And then it can be really hard to fix it or repair it. So you got to stay on top of it. Don't let AI run you wild. Don't be a vibe coder. I do not recommend being a vibe coder. There's a lot of vibe coders out there. It's a new thing. It's the latest craze, which is to say, I don't know if you know what vibe coding is. It's when you give a huge huge token list to AI and say, this is what I want to happen. This needs to happen. This needs to happen. This needs to happen. This needs to... You give it the commands and then just let it go. And it creates apps for you. Now, it isn't going to create really complex, cool looking, massive apps. You'd have to write like, a book to get it to do that. And I don't even know if it could without totally shanking it. Because you got to remember that the AI's got to remember all the commands, and it's got to somehow implement and build around your commands, and it can take a long time. You could probably give it a huge token list, and it could end up taking an hour, 2, 3 hours. I don't know how big a token list you can give it, but people have been doing vibe coding lately, and it'll cough out apps for you, but usually they're not great. I mean, I think what you're going to see a lot of coming from vibe coding is utility apps, little apps that help with things. I need an app that does this little thing and one that does this little thing, and you're going to start seeing a lot of those utility apps becoming available because people are going to vibe code those, and I think AI will be great for those. It'll be great for creating small little simple apps, but cool big ones. Context 7. What is Context 7? You got me curious. What is Context 7? What is Context 7? Context 7 likely refers to specific tech or software module. The video mentioned Context 7 MCP get documented instantly plus VS Code setup details its installation use, which seems to involve fetching documentation for APIs and libraries into AI coding assistance. This indicates that Context 7 is likely a tool that helps developers access and integrate documentation within their coding environments. Black notebook, ink, graphite. Context, no. Update day API. Why? Who's doing more? And what? They're doing more? What's new? I don't see anything new. They got Gemini and Chappy 4.1. What's new? I don't see anything new in there. Free. Well, it's not on my list. It's free. Oh. What's free? Context 7 or something about APIs? I don't. I'm okay. I got 15 minutes to, to figure this out. Oh gosh. What's free? You have to add. You have to add MCP. What is MCP? Context 7. Oh, Context 7. I don't know what Context 7 is. Is it a documenter? Get documentation instantly and VS Code setup. Alright, let's go see what this is.
In this quick video, I'm going to show you guys an MCP server that I think is super useful, super powerful, will save you a lot of time, and that is Context 7. And if you watch any of my previous videos or we've worked together in the past, the first thing I always have people do is download the latest documentation. And we do this several ways. We can do this with Git ingest, we can do this with just copying and pasting it all, we can do this with Crawl for AI. But this tool makes it so much faster. It's really, really cool. First, I'll show you the website. All it does is aggregate the latest documentation, and you can add more documentation here. So for example, I'm working on my cal.com MCP server. We just go here. You can see the last time it was updated was today, 420. Oh, did you know it's 420? I'll bear back. Anyways, it's updated all the time. You can add more documentation if you want. And you might be saying, well, Cursor technically has documentation built into its settings, but it doesn't work that well. And that's why I always go get it manually. But this is way more efficient. And by the way, if you come here and you see it has the documentation for you want, but it hasn't been updated lately, you could just click through to it and press refresh, and it pulls the latest documentation. And
Documentation for what? What am I? What documentation?
I think this is great. I'm going to just show you how it works. So let's just go to Windsurf. We're just going to run this prompt. Give me the latest booking API information for cal.com using Context 7. And what you do is call the Context 7 MCP server. You see is here. Okay. So first thing it does is it finds the proper ID. So it's searching cal.com, and there it is. It got the latest documentation that fast. So if you're using Windsurf, Cursor, VS Code, Claude Code, Brew Code, Climb, and hopefully maybe Codex soon, this will be so powerful for you because it gets you the latest context, gets you the latest documentation. If you're working with APIs, they change from time to time. It's so important to get the latest documentation. And here's an MCP server that does it for us, so it's really, really cool. Here's the GitHub page, the setup.
So what's the documentation? So you can keep looking it up? I mean, what? So you can. So it's a help doc. So you can click on it and go read how things function and how to use it, or what? What is? I mean, okay, is that just for people who like to read documentation? What's the? I guess I'm trying to figure out what its niche is. What I mean, yeah, it'll give you documentation, but it's like what document? Do I need VS Code documentation? I know how to use VS Code. What do I need the documentation for? I mean, I'm sure there's more, but you know, I don't know what it is. I guess I don't know what its benefit is. Is it for AI stuff? Are you trying to download? I don't know what. I don't know. I guess I don't understand what its purpose is. Update API docs. Just so that you know more about the APIs, whatever you're working with. So it helped the LLMS code better. The large language models. Oh, so if you give them the latest documentation, the AIs will be smarter, is what you're saying. So it's getting it gets itself. It's so this way you're not like typing in something and it goes, hey, that doesn't exist, and you go, yeah, it does in the latest version, and then it goes. So it allows the AI to be up to date. Okay, I get it. I get it now. Don't they just? I always kind of figured Copilot was updating that stuff. Isn't that what Copilot's supposed to do? You know, I always figured if these AIs, why aren't they updating the languages that they're doing? I don't know. I kind of thought they were updating that stuff already. And how do you feed the AIs that stuff? Like I said, I thought it was theirs. Now, if you're building your own LLM using that stuff, I guess I could see it. I don't think I'm going to get this formations thing done. I'm too off target right now. It's nobody's fault but my own. Okay, so let's go to my components here for the coach. So play it. Fetch route, handle click, handle action click, handle formation select, format routes, filter components, filtered formations, formation selector. Maybe I need to go to that, components. Ah, I think this is the one I'm looking for. Ah, create grid. Yeah, this might be the one. Parse lineup, format selector, formation selector, parse lineup. Oh yeah. All right, I think this might be my problem. So let's do this. Line up position. And then what else we got? Player position. And what else? Formation says pop-up class. Formation layout. Well, I'm gonna have to step through this tomorrow. Kind of thought I had this one all updated, but apparently not so much. But I will put a break in here. Create grid. Let's see how this loads. File, save all, go back here. Load this up. Nope. Nope, I'm not even breaking. I'm not even breaking into the right spot. Where is it, man? You disappeared on me. Where is my correct place to be? It's not formation layout. It's got to be formations. Is pop-up. Blah, blah, blah. I have a formation. Yeah, that is formation layout. That's got to be the right one, man. Create grid. 13 by 10. Parse lineup. Alright, I'll put some brakes on stuff. Nope, that's not where I want the brakes. It's not going to work. I need brakes here. Go on to the right place. Formation here. Wait a minute, is that even not, that's like not even being used? Interesting. Here's pop-up. Set his pop-up open on select formation. Formations, and we got formation layout, which is this guy. And we're gonna go there. Grid to pixel. Clear a couple breaks in places to see if I can get anywhere. Generate route path. Route color. Okay, well, it's play editor. Load play. I wonder if I set play type. Oh, you know what? I wonder if some of these are coming in wrong too. Formation ID is probably wrong. All these are probably wrong. I bet you that's the problem. I bet you. Let's go here. Nope, because I'm not even hitting it. Why am I not hitting it? How am I not hitting it? Gosh darn it. Oh, that's loading the play. That's why, because that's not even handle save play. Load all plays. Gosh darn it. Where are you at? Filtered component. Where's a filtered component? Move to... This is the actual play creation, though. It's not what I want. Let's go to the plays. Show plays. Show play editor. Nope, that's not it. I mean, that's great and all, but it's not what I'm looking for. Play editor. Alright, we have to break some stuff up. Load plays. It's not handle save play, but selected formation. Got drops everywhere, man. Formation selector. Handle reset, handle unit click, handle formation select. One of these is gonna trap this stupid thing. Get formations is right here. But I know it's getting formations. That is not my problem. It's actually how I'm loading them is the problem. And I'm trying to figure out where it's loading them, that it's failing. It's not actually loading them. It's lying. It says it's doing something, but it's not doing squat. It's like, what the heck, man? Why are you just pop... Oh, wait. We got somewhere. Something triggered. Filtered formation. See, I wouldn't even... So whatever the load is, it's not... Let's go back to here, and we'll come back in here. Alright, so this is the data. Alright, so we're going to go in here. F10. And we should have a bunch of formations. Yep, see, we got all the formations. They're being... Formations are loading. That's not the problem. We've got us a nice set of formations with all the positions. So that is not where we're breaking. Oh, and now we're on to this. I hate you, React. Why are you like that? You're such a jerk. Make me do stuff I don't want to see. And then I go click on here. Now we're supposed to filter the formations. But we're not getting any filtered formations. Where is filtered formations because you're breaking? Oh, I wonder if it's this thing. Okay, okay. Wonder if that's what I need to fix. Let's fix this thing. Let's try that. I don't know. Did I not filter anything? I don't know if I did or not. Off-def special teams. Let's keep going back to here, but what is item? Unit filter 1. Why is my filtered formations? Oh, it's we are not connecting to this piece of code very well. Something is not set correctly. But going back and forth ain't getting me anywhere either. Oh, I got some stuff in there now. Filtered formations is showing data now. Maybe we're on the right track. All right, so okay, I've got some stuff on here. It's got data in here now. All right, let's see what we do. Oh, wait, nope. All right, well, we might be getting close. Let's see what this stuff does. Aha! Fixed it. All right, I did it. I accomplished my objective. Now I got my formations loading back up. Yay, me! Hey, small victories, man. Okay, so I got my various formations. I do note that they need to have their titles on there. I don't have the title showing up. I thought I did. So if I did, they're not. And if I didn't, I need to. I don't remember if I had titles on there anyway, but these are the formations, and they should have names. But yeah, I thought they had names. I think like it comes out. Well, maybe they didn't. I can't remember. Let's go look if I could see what it looks like. Formation layout. Create grid. Positions. Let's see here. Here's pop-up, class name, set is by selected formation. Da, 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 da. Selected formation. Cursor pointer. You know, maybe I don't. Oh, hey, rated. Just rated with 7 viewers, guys. Ooh, thanks, man. Ruan Comp
There are assembled the world's greatest heroes.
I have to. I'm gonna get about 15 seconds of mute from YouTube. I can't help it. I like my Superman. And Superman raids and follows are. I got it. I love the sound effect. I got to use it. So, and YouTube will mute like the length of that. They'll go, "Oh, that's copyrighted," but they haven't punished me in any way for it. This guy NZ, hey dude, how's it going, man? Thank you for the raid. I appreciate you guys stopping by at least for a minute. I'm trying to get my my formations all loading up here, and I had some issues with getting them to show up, but oh good, they're loading on here too. So can I click? Yeah, well, still got a couple of bugs. I gotta fix that. What's this, style class? Yeah, well, yeah, but it's the copyrighted, so it is cool. I haven't been punished in any way, but YouTube mutes that 15 seconds that it runs. They'll notice it, and then they go, part of this stream has been muted for copyright, whatever. And it's like, I don't know what Twitch does. Twitch hasn't, I don't think Twitch has penalized me yet for having that, but YouTube doesn't like it. But until they penalize me and say, okay, we're going to mute you for, a day, they haven't threatened that yet, so I've been doing it. I like it. This is, oh, yeah, where'd it go? Back to it. This is React. I'm using React to do my, I'm trying to fix, I did some refactoring of my code and I built in a lot of other functionality, and now I have to get it replugged in. So this is just React code. And I think the styling I'm using is, it's a mix between Tailwind and CSS. Yeah, this is a website, obviously. It's using, I like React. I'm kind of starting to get used to it. I don't like its asynchronous functionality sometimes, though, because it has its benefits and its disadvantages. It can really, like, a lot of times when you go through these use effects, it'll run them twice. It runs on load one time, and then every time it calls the function, which when it calls the function is correct. That's the design. But the fact that it loads once when it runs once when it loads sometimes results in you getting a double processing or multiple calls to the database, and so you got to put these little catches in there, say don't run, and it's a little flaky for that. But otherwise, I like React. It's pretty good. But yeah, React. I think that asynchronicity of React makes it snappy and it works. It's pretty quick and works well. But that also has the flaky. That also results in some things you got to learn to deal with. So I'm figuring it out. But so apparently I've got some quirks going on with my play load here, and I'm just trying to iron all those back out so I can build some plays, because I got my game plan. I actually built a generic game plan now, some offense, defense, some basic stuff into my game plan. So now once I get me some basic parts, I can start adding. I need plays to represent these play types. So that's what I'm doing on the playbook now. I got to get my play editor working so I can build some play types up. So run, pass, and whatever. So that my game plan has, yes, this is football. American football, by the way. I always have to tell people, American football is not soccer. So I can pick my formation. And then normally when it's working, once I get all this stuff ironed back out, I can click on these formations, which right now are blowing up. But you'll see briefly it tries to load some stuff, but I have to fix my my code here because it's tripping up. The above error occurred in the play editor. It was handled by the React overlay boundary. What was the error? Cannot read properties of undefined. I think the problem is probably the same. My play editor's probably got some fields that are so this is I'm creating this is one of my dummy, well not dummy, my first characters that I created in my Unity functionality, so I can I can run my guy. I don't know why he's running that way, but I just like playing with him. He runs in circles. I got him running around the football, but so he's like the first dude I'm putting on the field, and I'm hoping to get, I'll be putting, hopefully the next week or so, I'm going to try and put 12 guys on the field just so I can see how busy it looks and see if I can format the distance and how things look on the field with a bunch of guys on the field. And then I'll put another 12 guys on to get the 22 players on there. Yes. No, well, okay, so React is React, and Unity is Unity. Unity is going to be the phone game. See, I created a back end, so all my data is functioning. All of my application is functioning on the back end. I created Go microservices. It's a whole. All of my data, all of my gameplay functionality is going through the Go microservices. So it provides the APIs that the UIs, React or Unity, can use. So whatever this does is just a matter of the UI being React or Unity. They just go and request what they need, and they can pull that data in and format it according to whatever they're capable of formatting. Some functionality, there will be some things that only work on the web and some things that will only be available on the Android phone. I'm going to divide my first Unity implementation will be on the Android. And then, because I want to make it a mobile phone now. But there'll be a mobile part and a web part. And that's the React part. And then eventually I'll compile it for PC and iPhone. Just because, I gotta start. I'll probably start compiling it for different devices. I don't know what devices. I'm going to start with the Android foldable because I have one and I want to do it for that. And then I'll start doing. I don't know. We'll have to see which ones I want to do first. But yeah, by putting all the function on the back end inside of the Go services, it means my UIs only have to handle the display, the rendering. That's all they have to do. They don't have to do any logic other than, what do I render, when do I render it, that kind of thing, and then request the next piece of information from the back end, and the back end handles the rest. So the more I put on the back end, the more friendly it's going to be. And it's also going to allow for things to run on multiple devices because they'll be able to, feed information off back and forth. They don't pair to each other. They pair through the service. So both, like if you were to log on to your phone, it'll make calls to my services. And then if you log on to the web, if somebody else logs onto the web, it'll call to the services. But if the two people they're both in the same league and they want to play, it will send the information to the two different apps through the service. And then each app will render it according to its capabilities. So all of the data that's got to be rendered, all of the plays, all that stuff, is just going to go through this back-end service. Yeah, it can be multiplayer. There will be multiplayer parts. But again, it's not going to be like live I can't say not live. You're not controlling. So I'm not going to be trying to make it so that you're controlling the players, but you can call your own plays. So there will be a clock. You can both pick your plays, and it'll inject them into the game and simulate the play according to your selections, if that's the kind of game you play. A lot of it's going to be simulation. So you could actually say, okay, my team is going to go against your team, and you can set it up to play each other. And then both of you are going to get the feedback from the game, and you can watch the game and see how your game plan and your coaching layout fare against that person's game plan and coaching layout. And you guys can see how it goes. And then there's going to be, I'm building in some interactions with the game itself. Like you can fiddle with the players, and you can do things that are going to create special little perks and things that could happen in the game if you're interacting with the screen while it's playing. No. It's all the same game. Yeah, it's just they're just different UIs for the same game doing their part. I started in React because I know React better, and I'm not doing as many graphics for it. So I'm letting the React part be my my setup interface. And then eventually I'll put a lot of those pieces onto the Unity. But I just started working in Unity. I know very little about it. I was just telling Treasure Rat that I don't know. He was asking me, he's talking about using Unreal Engine. He kind of liked it, and I said I like Unity, but what do I know? I've only been spending about 3 days worth of work over the course of about 4 days working in Unity. So I can't, I'm no expert. Yeah, yeah. You can get to the game from different things. Eventually, when I compile it into a piece, just like if you've ever played Marvel Snap or Legends of Runeterra, you can get to your account from PC or from Android. Now, they don't have a web version of those games, probably because it doesn't do much graphically. You probably can't do most of that. And that's going to be the case with my React app. It's probably going to be a lot lower graphics, but I'm hoping to be able to at least allow it to interface and run. So I don't know. I'm going to use, I want to say it's Framer. Is that what it's called? No. Framer Motion. I think it's called Framer Motion. That might be what it's called. It's a tool you can use to mimic kind of smooth movement graphics on React. But I haven't used it before any more than I've used Unity, and I don't know what you can do. A lot of the special effects and stuff that I want to put in Unity, but again, I'm not a graphics guy, so I'm more of a logic and structure kind of guy. So my dream of really cool graphics, I don't know how well I'm going to get that implemented. I think I'll be able to get the function of everything in there, but the cool enhancements and graphics, I don't know. I don't know where I'm going to get with that stuff. We'll see. Right now, let's get all the functionality in there, and I'll put the sugar coat on top later when I start getting better. Well, the visual editor, the visual editor is where you need documentation. But honestly, I'm doing everything with AI. I mean, I got to be fair. I ask AI, I say, hey, how do you do this, man? I'm trying to get this done. Give me an idea. And it'll say, well, go here and do this. And I'm like, okay. And I go here and do that, play with it until I figure it out. And, I'm getting there. Like I said, in a few days, I turned a single 2D picture into a 3D model with animation and put it on a football field. That's not bad for, I think, a few days of work. Now, that's not much to brag about in a week, but it's pretty good for 2 or 3 days. So yeah, hopefully in a week, I'll have 22 guys on the field. And maybe I could even start implementing a little code to trigger my guys to move rather than just me doing it. So, because eventually the manual part of movement's going to go away. I don't think my game will. I'm just going to be upfront with people. I don't expect my game's ever going to have control. It's not that kind of game. I'm going for a sim with management abilities, a lot like you see of various types of games out there that just use paywalls to block you from doing anything, or they have terrible simulations. So I'm going for a good sim with a good back-end management system. Not a fantastic, great sim, but a really good one, a nice one, something cool to look at and function with. But it won't be Madden level. I'm not going for, ultra realistic graphics. I think I'm just going for good. Like I said, my bar is about where Big Win Football is, except with a lot more functionality. Just think of that. So if you ever want to get an idea of where I'm trying to go, to what level, based on what I think I can accomplish, check out Big Win Football on Android. I really like their sim, and I always tell people this. So if you want an example, mine is going to be like Big Win Football with a lot more meat, a lot more substance, but with a similar kind of graphics setup. Super Tiny Football does a pretty good job with their graphics too, but it's more, you have a little bit more control. I mean, you can actually control a player on the field. Sims are cool if they, like, if you look at other managements, like a Front Office Football, if you ever check out a game called Front Office Football, it's on Steam, I think you can see it. It's like hundreds, if not thousands of possible stat things that you can look at and review. And if you like that stuff, they got it for you, man. They got it in spades. And I'm like, that is a lot of niddly piddly stuff. I like some numbers, and I like the idea of maybe drafting my players, and I like the idea of maybe some salary cap management, and I like the idea of some scouting and maybe building up, your kind of coaches, having some decent amount of control. The drafts, having been able to do free waivers and all that stuff. That all sounds cool to me. But games like front office football, and there's a lot of them. There's Red Zone, and I mean, I have a whole what do you call it, workspace I set up of games, because I like to go look at these games and see what they're doing. And they have stats and numbers in spades, but what they all do terribly is they have no good sim. Their sim is rotten, in my opinion. Sorry guys, if you're one of those people out there who have played or have seen those games and that's your thing, great. But I believe football is about the game, not about the back end stuff. The back end stuff is fun, but you don't see owners buying football teams and then never going to the games. You don't see GMs getting a job at for the I don't even think an owner, if they hired a GM to run his team and then the guy never went to the games, he'd get fired. It's like, if you don't enjoy watching the game and seeing the fruits of your labor, then you're not a football fan. You're just a statistics dude who likes to mess with numbers. That's not a I'm sorry. And maybe it's not that people like that. It's just that they like the management and the game just doesn't give you a sim. Some of those games go as far as to say things like, I was playing with one just to see how it went. It said you could sim the entire season. You could sim through seasons. What? What's the point of that? Just to generate a bunch of numbers so you can go draft again? What the heck? My game will not do that. I'm telling you right now. My game will not allow you to sim a season. If you sim a game, it's going to take a while to run. Maybe not 3 hours like a real game, but it's going to take 20 minutes. I'm hoping to be able to get a game to run in about 20 minutes. Maybe an hour. I don't know. But you're going to be able to prep and play. And then if you don't want to watch the whole game, you can put the game on your phone. That's my goal. Okay, so you can put the game on your phone or on your PC and just have it run while you're doing other stuff. Have it work, and it'd be like watching the football game. And then it'll have stuff on there to like have a ticker bar that tells you what other games on the league are doing at that time, because they're going to all simulate together. And then you're going to have whenever big plays happen or stats happen, every now and then it'll be like Madden, where it'll pop up player cards and how they're doing in the game. And you can do things that just allow you to interact with the game. You can tap a player and he'll wave at you, and you can have an effect in the game, like maybe it'll little boost of morale on the player or something. Just little things that can have an effect. Or you can start the sim. You don't have time. You can't have it on your phone all the time. It'll send you notices if you want them. And it'll say things like, hey, your team has scored a touchdown, big play, 42-yard touchdown. You're up 7-0 or something, or whatever. You get a notification of the game. You could even set up notifications for other games that are going on. Maybe you care maybe you care about what the competition teams are doing. I don't know. If you own more than one team, you can have, if the sims are going on for both leagues, you can have updates from both your teams. So that's the stuff I'm doing. I'm trying to make a game that's just cool to interact with and have it feel like you're actually running your own league, or not running your own league, but a team in a league that's going on with you at the same time. There's a game called Football Head Coach 25. And they run league games about is it every day? Or is it every 3? It might be every 3 days. Yeah, I think it's every 3 days. They have the league game will run. And so in that time, though, there's things to do. Like you gotta train your guys. You do practices, and you can set focus, what you want your players to focus on. You can have guys doing different types of functionality to try to either maybe get better, heal from injuries, just things like that. I'm going to give things to happen during the downtime, so you can fiddle with and play with your team and get it ready for the next game day. You know, have plenty of stuff to do. It's not like you're just going to like sim, watch the game, and then wait 3 days. No, you're gonna have some things you got to do to help your team improve. You know, so that's the objective anyway. That's where I'm going with this. But I'm only 4 months in. I'm just building the groundwork. A lot of that stuff's going to come once I got the sim in place and I got basic functionality all in place. I'm hoping to have a lot of that in place in 3 to 6 months from now, and then start adding all the cool features that I have listed out and plan to start working on. But yeah, it's happening, moving slowly, but you know, with a little luck and a bag of money falling on my house, so that I can eat and not have to burn through my my retirement money, which is taking a 20% penalty right now because I'm not supposed to be taking it at this point in my life. But c'est la vie, man. It's what the Lord set me up with, and I'm just gonna have to deal with it. Now, obviously, if a job opportunity comes up, I will take the job, and that's going to slow down development. I won't have, you know, all day to work on it. But I don't think I'll stop. I think it's going to be my thing for a long time. Long time. If I get a job, it's going to be a really, really long time. It could go from 1 to 2 years to 5 to 6. So, you know, I'm hoping, I would love to start having playable demos in within a year, which would be October. My goal is to get, by the end of October, have some kind of a playable demo. We're not talking alpha or beta. We're talking pre-alpha. Just basic functionality stuff. I'll have playable stuff long before that, but I mean like something that's significant. We'll see. That's the dream anyway. But guys, I don't know. Let's see. I'm not I'm not very versed on passing people to other people. I've never really done it, but let me go see. I'm not great on this little trick, so give me a second here. I have no idea how people pass people off. So ask your game dev questions here. What's he got going? This guy is promoting that he's an answerer of questions, and he's live. The mercenary, the
upload the file to Patreon. So
the mercenary mage.
Just like the Steam version.
I think is that his name? Mercenary.
They go through and build on
His name must be Mercer or something. I mean, I hope.
Then I can
Because I'm pretty sure that's not how you spell mercenary. Mercenary. Has he got an extra R in there?
And now it does the
Mercenary.
So you
Mercenary.
can do
Mercenary? Is it how you spell
and it's
mercenary?
two, like, completely
I didn't think there was
packaged
a third R in mercenary.
but, you know,
But he
basically-
does use it everywhere. So his name, either I don't know how to spell mercenary, which, hey, you know, I could be surprised. It has a silent R. I didn't know that. Or his name is Mercer something, and he's just kind of making a play on words. You'll have to ask him. Let's see if I can do this. I have no idea how to hand people
Steam
off,
doesn't
though,
allow
so
you to change file,
it's,
which is what I need.
how do you do
They
this?
allow you to add
Do I
file.
go,
The DLC can replace, and it can add. It can't do like intelligent modifications.
how do you
So
raid
when
people?
we do our Steam DLC, we have to
Go to channel here. It's my channel. Do I have, how many people? I got 9 people. So I'm going to try and send you guys off to a dude who looks like he's Yeah, he's an expert. He calls himself an expert. But I don't know. That's only if I can figure out how to do this. So let's see. Create dashboard. All right. I don't know how to do this, guys. Wait. Do I go to my? Maybe I go to my. Here. Let's do this. Channel. And then. Alright, so I'm in the dashboard. I'd assume this is where you do it at. Hello. View rewards, stream together. Community. Roles. Yeah, that's not it. Stream manager. Let's go here. Got it. Alright, so raid. Quick actions. Raid channel. Okay, here we go. Alright. Here we go. I got some options here. I think I've seen this guy before. Let's see. Let's see if anybody's doing something similar, or they're doing game dev with like Unity or something. I was going to do that guy who said he was an expert, but he's not on here. He's like, ask your game dev questions here. I was going to do that guy. Game development, final year, university project, done. Suzu TM, he's chatbot. Fix Union. Day 24. Software and game development. There's a lot of people in this group. That's cool, man. A friend of mine actually got me on here. I've been developing and streaming for months, and I wasn't using a good tag. I didn't even know this category existed. Hey, you want to develop an app? It's an app that you'd want to develop. Okay. Uptime. Is that how long they've been running? That's not very long. These guys. Is that 3 hours? Nah, it couldn't be 3 hours. Follow the white fox in Mysteryland. Any suggestions? Anybody, any particular thing anybody's interested in checking out? Let's see here. Following. Same category. Similar or smaller size. Well, I think all these guys are similar or smaller. Zero Code, Solo Game Dev, Rex, Corrupt Gaming Industry. Wow. Road to develop from backend, day 4. Day 4, he's only a road to develop from backend, day 4. I've been doing a day count too. I'm on day 10, what does it say on my thing? Day 106. That's how long I've been developing this, by the way. I'm on day 106. It's on my information. I was putting it in my title, but I'm trying to put different stuff in my title right now. Nothing interesting. Shader Schwednes Day. Power washing the spaghetti. This guy would be good. If you're, he's using Unreal Engine and Blender. Maybe you can learn something from this guy. I certainly probably could. Jadam Niz. She does shaders. Oh, it's a he. It's just got a female picture. Check that out. That's looking pretty cool. Oh, and he's got a little gamey thing going on the bottom. How many people you got? 20 people? All right, I'm gonna send you guys over to him if I can figure out how to do this. Start raid. All right, guys, I'm hitting the bed. I gotta hit the hay so I can get up, work out, and start again in the morning. I'll be back tomorrow morning, about probably around between 8 and 9. I usually sign on, and I go for a few hours in the morning, and then again in the afternoon. So if you want to come by, cool, man. I'm glad to have you by and Could chat some more while I continue to plug away at this. Until then, God bless.